Welcome, race fans. Tonight we are at Phoenix here with the Xfinity cars with Maximum Speed Racing. Coming down to the end of the season here, we've got 4 races left here in the season, counting tonight. And I kind of messed up the track a little bit here. I think I didn't put the right setup in, but guys are going to deal with it the way it is. This is the old setup, and it's a bit tight. Guys are dealing with it though. We've got some pretty fast guys out here, so well, thanks for tuning in. A couple of people that I haven't seen in a while there. Jared Rybacki, good to see you there, brother. Haven't seen you in a while, and hopefully you can stay tuned here and watch some of this racing. We're
Hey
here.
Rudy,
What's up?
nothing much. Just got home, ready to do some commentating.
There you go. Well, I kind of messed up and hey, thanks there, Joey Logano fan. I kind of messed up and forgot to update the setup, so they were running the old setup. Whoops.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a bit tight, but I think they'll be able to deal with it okay. Probably won't know the difference if you don't say nothing.
Yeah.
There's only one person that knows about it right now. Well, I take that back. 3. Brian Workman's the one that told me, and I know about it. Now you know about it, so.
Well, I mean, either way, all the iRacing fixes are all like always tight.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe the other setup would have been worse. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or as they say in the deep south, it could have been worser.
Yeah. This race is going to be interesting, especially with the open dog leg. Wondering to see how low they're going to cut to make a pass, because I know if you go all the way down to the bottom, you can gain some time, but still, it's going to be a lot of wrecks. It's going to back up onto the track from the dog leg.
Well, we got a couple of new people, couple people we haven't seen in a while too. Charles Grant Jr., Calvin Troy, excuse me, in there. Chris Fires, I haven't seen him in a while. Daniel Smallwood back. Nathan Miller able to race tonight. Robert O'Neill back in there. John Mushton Jr. So a few guys that we haven't seen in a while and some new ones.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I can't wait for next season so I can get back behind the wheel. And I love racing in this league. It's just been super busy over the summer. But yeah, I can't wait to get back in the car. But you know, it's always fun to be up in the booth too.
Yeah.
I just gotta reset my sim really quick because those pit objects are like dropping my frames about 30 FPS.
Ouch.
Yeah. I have to turn them off, but so I just gotta move back in. That's why I'm gonna try to run top fuel, because I might be able to sneak 15 bucks out of my mom because it's my birthday tomorrow. So you know.
Oh, that's yeah, but you don't have to pay until the Indy race, Indianapolis.
Yeah, I know.
Free up till.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean the Indy race?
The Indianapolis race that they're racing, which is I don't know, somewhere about in the middle of the season.
No, I need to buy Iowa. I have Iowa.
Oh.
But I heard it's a good track.
Iowa?
Yeah.
Be good for a duck pond filled with water, yeah.
Good for crash car.
Yeah, it's good for a wreck fest. This is probably going to be a wreck fest here tonight.
I don't know. I think it might be a little bit of an upset. I think we're gonna. I'm shooting for. I'm gonna give us. Let me see how many laps we got here.
100.
We got 100 laps. I'm gonna say 5 cautions.
I'm going to say 15. Let's see who's closer.
Yeah.
You say 5, I say 15. I bet you we have a caution before lap 2. And we'll have another one before lap 10.
I don't know. I'm going with 5. I got a good feeling. They just gotta keep their heads on. I'm gonna go get me a glass of iced tea and I'll be back in a second.
10-4. All right, let's run down through the points here real quick before they get ready to go qualifying. Sean Butler he is our leader coming into tonight with 16 wins. He's got a 45-point lead over David Howard Jr. in second. Sitting 70 points back in third is Brian Phillips. Kevin O'Brien fourth. Timothy Lewis fifth. Scott Brinson sixth. William Kirk 7th, Daniel Smallwood 8th, Brian Wortman 9th, and Tyler Stanley rounds out the top 10.
Looks like they're getting a pit party going here.
Yeah, that's always a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas
If
and
they-
Jared.
If they can make it 3 laps in a pit party, they will be able to make 12 laps in the race. Without a caution.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy.
Jared says, I don't know anything about NASCAR car, but can't wait till a crash. Well, we don't want to see crashes.
Here we sit right here. 5 cautions. That's all we're going to have.
We're going to have 15, I'm saying. We're going to see who's closer. If it's under 9, then you were right. If it's over 10, then I was right. Or if it's under 10, you were right. If it was over 10, I'm right. Okay?
That sounds good.
All right. 100 laps is a lot of laps here. Yeah, I'm here, Jared. I was talking to you earlier and you weren't answering. I typed there. I seen you scroll down. Yep. Yeah, there's more chat down below. There's another big duck pond there, Pocono. Wow. Just fill it in with water and add ducks.
I don't have Pocono and iRacing, but I know when my dad used to race Formula V. I know he said he raced there on the road course, and he said he liked it. So they shouldn't turn it into a duck pond just yet.
The road course is actually pretty awesome. It's tight. I mean, very tight racing, very narrow. You know, in some of the back field, it's pretty narrow, but yeah, it's awesome. I love the road course there. But the oval.
Well, the oval does drive like road course, doesn't it? Because you got a downshift, don't you?
In turn 1, well, no, I wouldn't say most, but some drivers do downshift in turn 1, mainly just to kind of slow them down because you come down that front stretch, you're really booking, you know, depending on what you're driving, you know. I mean, if you're driving like the Gen 6, you're reaching, you know, 200 mile an hour, you know, and because it's not a restrictor plate track, so you're reaching 200 mile an hour at the end. So yeah, sometimes them guys do downshift to kind of help them slow down. Now turn 2, not so much, because it's just kind of a short dog leg that kind of kicks around. And then turn 3, you really don't want to lose your momentum. If you keep it about mid lane and let it come out to the wall down the backstretch, if you downshift, it's going to cost you a lot of time. So, I mean, it's a driver's track. I got to say that. You know, a lot of the tracks are really, really tough, but.
All right, I think we're going into qualifying now.
Yep. we're going to step away here for just a minute, Kyle, and we'll play our national anthem. Get things wound up.
And 4.
All right, we'll be right back, folks.
Guys.
And now, the most famous words in motorsports. Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, we're back.
And 4. Yeah, so I was playing some Assetto Corsa today because I haven't played it in a while. It's like pretty fun now, actually. Driving in the Nissan GTR. No Watkins Glen. Nice. I kind of enjoy it, really.
What is it?
Assetto Corsa in the Nissan GTR.
Oh, okay.
Blast, really. Because I haven't played that game in like a few months now.
Well, just a reminder to everybody, Saturday the 26th, I posted it on the Facebook page, but Saturday the 26th, we'll be having a event here for MaxSpeed for congratulating all the subscribers on YouTube. So, thanking them. So we're going to be running Cadillacs at Michigan. That'll be should be a pretty interesting race. 100 laps. It's just going to be mainly, I don't care who wins or whatever, but we're going to pay out cash prizes to the top 3 in the race and cash prizes to subscribers or our people in chat, I should say. Thanking them, give them some cash prizes. They're going to have to answer some questions that Kyle's yet to get for me.
A very lengthy list.
Yeah, okay. I'll bet it is. But ask him questions, and the first one to answer correctly in chat will win some cash here. So you'll have to tune in 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon Eastern time.
What time was that again?
4 p.m. Eastern time. Write it down so you don't ask me 30 more times in the next couple days.
I think I'll make it. I'm gonna run it.
Alright, let's get through this here, and we'll see where everybody is going to start.
You want me to do half the grid, and then you do the other half, or vice versa?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, starting on the pole, Charles Grant Jr. will be starting first. Congratulations to him with a 26-point 103. Thomas Keene will be starting second. Daniel Smallwood third. Scott Sanderson fourth. Stephen Pearson fifth. Sean Butler sixth. John Mushton Jr. seventh. Robert O'Neill in eighth. Scott Brinson ninth. And Tommy Lee's not in it. Excuse me. David Howard Jr. 11th. And Nathan Miller 12th. Kyle?
Ty Stanley rolling off in 13th. Let's see, Brian Phillips starting 16th. Calvin Troy rolling off 17th. Brian Timbrell rolling off 18th. Starting 19th, Brian Pager. 20th, Drew Fastman. 21st, we have George Hendricks. 22nd, Anthony Cianci. 23rd, we have Kevin O'Brien. 24th, Brian Wertman and Chris Fires rolling off 25th tonight.
All right, very good.
Surprised that only 7 people qualified.
Yeah, it is kind of a surprise. Already, I don't see Brian Pager and Chris Fires, so I don't know what happened to them just that quick. Guess they decided not to race.
This race is either going to be amazing or it's going to be a total apocalypse. I think it's going to be a good race.
We'll see. Oh, get them going, Kyle.
All right, pace car coming around turn number 3. Pace car ducks off. Charles Grant gonna bring the field down to the green flag. And there we go, green flag racing here at Phoenix. Charles Grant trying to lead this first lap here. Thomas Keene is on that high line. And Thomas Keene looks like he has a couple noses on. It looks like Keene's going to lead the first lap.
Yes, he is. Grant back to second just that quick. And here comes Daniel Smallwood to the bottom. Getting right in there. Scott Sanderson down onto the dog leg and passes up Charles Grant. So Charles goes back to 4th real quick. John Mushton Jr. up to 6th. Passing Stephen Pearson.
93 car got a little bit loose coming out of turn number 3. That was Scott Sanderson. And we have a caution.
Okay. Didn't see who that was.
I know Scott Sanderson did get a little loose, but I don't think it's anything that should throw out the caution, so.
It took me to Scott Brinson, but I don't see where Scott wrecked or anything. I don't know. That's a weird caution, or I don't see where anybody did anything. All right, we're back up live. I don't know what brought that caution out.
Same boat as you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's going to come to pit road or not. We might see a few. We might see everybody. I don't know. Looks like the leaders are going to come to pit road.
Anderson come down pit road.
Tyler Stanley. Quite a few of the guys in the back part of the field.
But fresh tire is definitely going to be a keeper tonight, especially on a track like this with such tight corners. So we're going to get more grip. So if the car's in the back, you know, you're running anywhere from like 5th last to the overall last position. I think your best bet would be to come and get tires because with those new tires, you're gonna have a lot more grip.
A 20-car field. George Hendrick's still on pit road. I'm not sure maybe if he might have been the one that brought the caution out or not, but he's still sitting there. They get no quick fixes here, so you get them tore up, you got to sit on pit road and get them fixed up. Mr. and Mrs. Smallwood in chat.
Yeah, I was scrolling back a bit. George was having some internet issues, so it could have been something where he spun out when he was blinking, so that could have done the caution, but we won't be able to know that because we couldn't see him for a full lap, so.
Yeah, that could have been what brought the caution out. I know iRacing can be a little sensitive to a car blinking sometimes. On certain tracks. Most tracks it doesn't bother, but there is a few that it does.
Yeah.
Well, they should be doubling up here this time. But Keen's led all the laps so far. That was caution number 1. On lap 3.
Well, you know, sometimes stuff happens, but I think they can all keep it together. 25 green flag lap run's gonna be right here.
I don't think it's so much the drivers. The drivers do a great job. It's the track. You know, the track is just a difficult track to drive.
I mean, I love Phoenix. It's a great track. I like it because each one of the corners are, you know, so diverse. It's just because, you know, turn 1, it's like, I kind of like to think of turn 1 at Phoenix of kind of like an Irwindale-ish. Then there's the dogleg, which is Pocono, obviously. And there's the final turn, which I don't really know what kind of track to describe it, but I mean, the corners are so diverse. That's why I like it. You know, it does make it a little bit difficult. All right. And pace car ducking off. Get ready to go back green flag racing here. Oh, leading them down to the green.
Well, it looks like Daniel Smallwood slipped in there just enough to get that lead away from
35 spinning around 85.
Daniel Smallwood will be our new leader.
I'm Keen fighting hard, but I'm pretty sure those two guys, aren't they teammates?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so yep. I mean,
Keen
I don't know.
Drives back around the outside, retakes the lead. John Mushton Jr. to second.
Yeah, Keen just got a lot of momentum coming out of turn 1, so he could get around Daniel Small, but he has a nice, I'd say, 5 or 6 car lead right now.
Charles Grant Jr. back into the point here is he's tucking up under, and Sean Butler, our points leader, comes into 5th.
Yep, Sean Butler just chipping away. He's going to try and make a move on Smollett, I'd say, in the next few quarters or so. Another caution.
Caution number 2.
Ooh, even Pearson. Granted, his car's a bit scraped up.
Looking like Anthony Cianci here. Let me see what happened here with Anthony. I see he's involved in that. Okay, it was looked like David Howard Jr. gets loose. Just loose going into turn 1.
Anthony just had so much coming in the turn, he really couldn't do anything about that. He just pushed up and right into him.
Yep. I think he thought that it looked like David was going to stay low, and he wound up he didn't. He went up to the outside wall. But I'm going to go back here real quick again. I want to see this from Anthony Cianci's car, because I know he was probably trying to avoid that. We'll watch this from Anthony's car.
Yeah, again, I just think it was something where he had a good run coming into turn 1. He started to push. He really couldn't do anything about it, because if he was going to hit the brakes, he was going to go up into that wall either way. So there's really nothing you can do about that.
Yep. So 2 of them involved in that. Everybody's on pit road? Nope. Leader's staying out. Still got Thomas Keene, John Mushin Jr., Daniel Smallwood, and Charles Grant that have not pitted yet.
You know, and they could still be experimenting with the new dynamic tracks as well. Just to see how the tires handle with that. And I know there's a new tire model as well, so that could be something affecting the tire wear. So, you know, they may not need to pit as often as they're accustomed to.
Hey guys, who brought the first caution out?
We never did find out, because we don't know. We think maybe it might have been George Hendricks's connection, but we didn't see anybody spin or anything, so I really don't know it.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I would have to say it was just the iRacing picked up something that it didn't like and threw the caution, because we never did find out why.
Yeah, 10-4. Well, I saw a couple cars during the caution. One in the wall, 2 cars got rolled over.
Oh, really?
No, yeah.
On this caution?
Wow.
Not this caution, the last caution.
Oh, wow. I wonder how come we didn't pick it up.
Yeah, I don't know how it's possible to miss 2 cars on their lids.
I didn't see it, but I believe you.
Yeah, one car was up on his top, so.
Well, rewind it back and find out. All right, lights are off one more time.
Yo, pace car coming through the dog leg. One more turn till it ducks off on the pit lane, and we are ready to go back green flag racing here at Phoenix. Pace car ducking off. Thomas Keene leading the field down to the green flag. And we are back green flag racing here at Phoenix.
Smallwood back around Mushton Jr. Scott Sanderson getting by Sean Butler, runs into 5th. And Nathan Miller working his way up through the field.
Oh, caution's out again. Mushton Jr. spinning around on the front stretch.
John Mushton Jr. Let's go back and see what happened here with John.
I think that estimate of 5 cautions was a bit on the low side.
You think?
Yeah.
He just breaks loose on his own right there, but then he finishes getting helped around there by Charles Grant Jr. It just happened right in front of Charles and nowhere to go. So John Mushton Jr. spinning.
Yep. One of the problems with this track being not banked as much is that you can get loose really easily. So, what I think is happening, just because it's flat when they come off, I haven't really driven the track. I think there's like a bump or something that, like, you know, they hit and they just break loose. Because I've always been loose at Phoenix on the last turn.
Well, Thomas Keene remains the leader, but him and Daniel Smallwood still not coming to pit road. Everybody beyond him has pitted. Charles Grant Jr. now pitting for the first time. But we've had 2 lead changes, and this is caution number 3.
But 100 laps here, I think it's going to be shorter than I thought it would be. They're running like roughly 30-second lap time, so I guess with all the cautions, this is only going to be about an hour 15-minute race total.
And next week we go to Darlington, which is going to be a tough track for these guys. Then on to Kentucky, and then finally at Homestead. Homestead's going to be a big race, long 151 laps.
Is Homestead a 2-mile track or a 1.5-mile track?
1.5.
I don't have that either. It looks like a giant Martinsville to me.
It's actually a pretty good track. I really like Homestead. I don't know. I've always been kind of one of them 1.5-mile type guys. I like the 1.5-mile tracks. Anything smaller than that, Martinsville's okay. I really kind of like Martinsville out of all the smaller tracks. Now, if you take like Rockingham's all right. I can drive it pretty good in the B car or the Xfinity car. But I can't drive it in the trucks for some reason. I just cannot turn a good lap at Rockingham in the trucks.
Yeah, with me, I'm a fan of, you know, like, I get sick and tired of 1.5 miles because, you know, there's so many tracks that are 1.5 miles. I get tired of, you know, mile tracks like Chicagoland and stuff like that. Just, I don't like D-shaped ovals at all because there's just so many of them. I like the shorter tracks just because it's generally, you know, more closer of a race than the bigger tracks, except for Daytona and Talladega, about their plate track. So, and then I like the road racing too.
All right, looks like single file restart here until they get it sorted out. But having so many cautions.
We're gonna leave them down at the green flag.
Okay, Thomas Keene is leading him down, waiting for the car, dives off into pit road. Green flags waving, gentlemen. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Keene and Small, the 2 teammates, just running single file.
Brian Timbrell, 7th place. He gets passed up by Stephen Pearson. Pearson goes back into 6th. Drew Pfaffman blinking like crazy there. Wow. Ryan Workman in the Nesquik machine. In 10th place, getting passed up by Nathan Miller on the high side. And here comes Kevin O'Brien, our Aussie buddy, in 12th. We ain't talked about all night, Scott Brinson in the 13th position.
He's just riding back there, just letting all the cautions happen, and I know him, he's definitely going to be there at the end.
Tyler Stanley getting by John Mushton Jr. Mushton was pretty fast there earlier.
He did get caught in a wreck, though, so...
Somebody coming to pit road there. Looks like Charles Grant Jr. coming to pit road. Unscheduled pit stop.
I don't know if he got a black flag, Rudy, there for going down, entering maybe early before he hit the track coming out of the pit. Supposed to be on the right. I don't know what was going on with his car.
I'm looking from the chat. It says that he was black flagged for passing before the backstretch.
We got another caution, gentlemen.
Oh, Mushton Jr.
One on the lid.
Oh.
Back
Mushton having a terrible day. Second caution he's involved in.
He just gets loose right in front of Tyler Stanley. Gets actually collects Kevin O'Brien into that. Kevin O'Brien got a piece of the action, but yeah, just breaking loose on his own. Nobody else involved. Nobody touched him or anything.
I would love to see the in-car camera of Brian Phillips when that car was flipping everywhere. I'm gonna check that out right now.
Kevin O'Brien went right underneath his car, Rudy.
Yeah, he did. But I think it kind of went right up over the roof of Kevin's car. I don't think he got any damage on his car or anything, but...
No. It's pretty cool looking. I was looking at the replay on that.
Well, looks like Sean Butler going to stay out. Him and Steven Pearson. But everybody else coming to pit road. Keane bringing them all to pit road. A 4-tire change for Keane and Smallwood. Everybody's taking 4. Like Keane and Smallwood are going to beat Drew Pfaffman off pit road. So good pit stop for Drew, but it looks like a 2-tire change for Drew Pfaffman.
Sean Butler. Oh no, excuse me. Oh yeah, Sean Butler now is the leader. 88.
Sean will get his bonus points in there for leading a lap. Well, Ed, Mr. Smallwood saying, hello there, Ed. Great to hear your voice.
Tell him hello back.
He can hear you.
Hey, good.
I know it's great to hear Ed in the broadcast, but you know, wow. Can't never get him in the booth with me anymore. Kyle.
I had to.
Ay, ay, ay.
A little over, well, almost a third of the way through the race tonight.
We got a new leader here, Sean Butler. He's going to be leading this group around the track here at Phoenix.
They're about to go green.
Alright, pace car getting ready to duck off into pit road, just entering turn number 3 right now.
Okay, gentlemen, our pace car is diving into the road.
And
Green flag's
flag.
waving, gentlemen. Boogity, boogity, boogity. One more time, guys.
Pearson already trying to make a move on Butler, but he just gets tight, loses all of his momentum. And Keaton and Smallwood looks like they're both going to get by him.
Well, they got them fresh tires too. Pearson stayed out, him and Sean Butler on them older tires. Pearson goes back and forth just in about a half a lap.
Here comes Keaton trying to take the lead away from Butler.
Looks like Butler's going to slide up the track a little bit. Going to give Thomas Keane a little bit of room at the bottom there.
Like Keaton and Smallwood will be running
Sean
1 and
Butler,
2.
yes, definitely there, Kyle. Sean Butler's going to go backwards here on those old set of tires he's got on there, and they should have went in the pit and changed them.
Well, I think he did what he wanted to do. He wanted to lead a lap to get those bonus points. He did, and now he's back where he's going to feel comfortable here to ride for a little while. I'm really impressed with Steven Pearson, the job he's doing. Hopefully he's not drinking too many beers tonight. He likes to drink beer when he's racing. Forgot to ask him how many beer race this is. We'll have to ask him if we get a chance to talk to him. But Nathan Miller drops it down to the dog leg to get by Steven Pearson. Not sure if he's going to be able to. Goes into turn 3 here. Pretty hard.
Amazed with Brian Werman there, qualified 24th, moved himself up in the 7th spot, guys.
Yeah, he's doing real well.
The team is already starting to break away with a pretty nice lead over Smallwood. So we got about 6 car lengths or so ahead of him, just cruising around and running laps, picking them down.
Keane out of shape. Coming out
losing all of his momentum there.
Yeah,
Smallwood taking the lead.
Don't look now, guys, but here comes Nathan Miller and Scott Sanderson.
Man, they just moved up the ladder like crazy, didn't they?
Oh, I'm telling you, they've turned up the timing here on them things. I'll tell you, they've got it working.
I think they finally got those cars dialed in.
It looks like the leaders are coming up to a lap car.
Smallwood in the lead.
They're coming around to pass Drew Pfaffman in just a few turns.
Drew is running, he's actually in 18th place. He will go a lap
45.
down. Yeah,
45 of Anthony Ciani, just letting him right by.
Yep. He is 1 lap down now. We've got a couple of them on a lap down. David Howard Jr. 1 lap down. George Hendricks 1 lap down. And now Tyler Stanley 1 lap down. These guys will get a chance to get back on the lead lap. Kevin O'Brien, which, he's always one that we count on every week to be up there, and he has had some great finishes here in recent weeks. So, anyhow, we got a caution on the track. Let's see where it's at. Scott Brinson going around. Looks like just gets loose. Loose coming off the turn.
A lot of problems tonight for turn 3.
Yeah. He just coming out of turn 4 just breaks loose on him, and he gets into the inside pit road wall there. Wow. All right. Well, I don't think he's really got a whole lot of damage. Just barely brushed that nose. So, but back up front, Daniel Smallwood's still in the lead.
Yeah, Scott did the right thing there. When he started spinning, he just locked up the brakes. And, I think if he just tried to save it, he would have got a lot more damage. So what he did there is he Definitely saved himself a bit. And Smallwood, Keene, and Butler all come down pit road. That's the top 3.
And that was caution number 5. Did you count that, Kyle?
Yep, okay. We're going 62 laps. 58 laps, green flag.
Okay.
That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling it.
All right. Nathan Miller will be our leader now, and he gets a point for leading the lap. As everybody comes to pit road, Keene, Smallwood, Charles Grant. Actually, I can't even see them all. Stephen Pearson, Sean Butler. Drag race off pit road. Looks like Smallwood beats everybody off of pit road.
Yeah, Drew Pfaffman, he did get a black flag for driving through he was not staying to the right on pit road, so that's a black flag for him. That I think he needs to serve under green flag conditions.
Well, that was a little bit of a green flag run there.
Yeah, we're getting there. But I think these guys can run a little over 50 laps green flag.
All right, then. Well, David Howard Jr. should be the wave by, but I think he came to pit road. I think that disqualifies him for getting the wave by, doesn't it?
Oh, what was that?
David Howard Jr. should have been the wave by, but being he pitted, doesn't that disqualify him for getting the wave by?
I'm not sure, because if they give the wave, if they're gonna give the wave by and you're in the pits, I think you're not gonna get it. But before they give you the wave by, I think you're good.
Well, that Tyler Stanley then moves in, and he will probably get the wave by. I don't know. We'll see. Well, looks like another single file restart.
We're gonna have Nathan Miller gonna lead them around.
Lights are off on the pit car, getting ready to go back green flag racing. Here we go.
Okay, gentlemen, let's tighten those belts. We're going racing one more time.
Pace
Okay,
car's
the pace
in.
car dives in the pit road. Green flag's waving, gentlemen. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Here we go.
Well, let's see how long it is before Smallwood gets a run on Sanderson and Miller up there. They're on older tires. He already dived to the bottom.
Be careful, Nathan Miller. He's running on old tires. He's going to be really loose. We're going to make it 3 wide almost.
3
here.
wide.
Somebody's going to jump out of that mess.
Sanderson puts the old block move on Smallwood right there.
Yep, running 2x2 for the first 4 position. This is getting good.
They've got Nathan Miller trapped up on the high side. Sanderson and Smallwood drop to the bottom, try to get that, gain that extra. Now Keene takes it. They double it up here. Well, this is getting good, guys.
Nathan Miller, boy, running that high
here.
side. Looks like he's really
side's
up
right
on
around.
that high side, guys.
He's gonna try to make it work.
Thomas
Miller.
Keene, you're going to follow him right through that high side, see what happens.
Miller has the lead 3 wide through the dog leg. Still 3
Smallwood
wide.
working the bottom. Oh, breaks it out of there.
Yep, Smallwood just backs right out of there. But great racing up front, and Sean Butler just loving what he's seeing in front of him, because these guys are battling. They're starting to run slower, and Butler is just going to capitalize on this opportunity, and he's back up there now. So the first first six
Thomas
cars
Dean
are
gets
really
a
close
little
together.
loose there.
Well, Charles Grant Jr., guys, has got himself back into the 5th place. That was our pole sitter.
Sure does, boy.
Nathan Miller still holding these guys at bay.
I guess those used tires really work good here, Rudy.
Yeah, they're not that old, but they're, you know, he did have a few laps on them, and I don't know. I think sometimes the older tires, they get a little bit better bite out of them on these new dynamic tracks. Keane and Sanderson side by side.
Oh, we have another caution on the track, guys.
Oh, looks like Drew Pfaffman goes around, but doesn't hit anything. Just loose on his own. Trying to get going again here, but with the traffic and everything, it's he's trying to give plenty of room. All right, well, let's see if Nathan Miller brings him to pit road this time. Caution number 6 on the track. Tell you what, these guys are doing pretty doggone good for, they're doing a whole lot better than I anticipated, Ed, for Phoenix. I really didn't. I guess I needed to give them the benefit of the doubt. Not the drivers, it was the track that I was worried about.
Right, exactly. Actually, they're doing an awesome job tonight running this track.
Yes.
A lot of good racing up towards the front.
Well, that puts Sean Butler back in the lead, but everybody coming to pit road now, except for the leader.
Yeah, Nathan Miller take the field down to the pits. He pulls into his pit stop right now. Like 4 tires and fuel for him.
Well, we haven't talked to a driver. I wanted to talk to, what was it I wanted to talk to here? I'm trying to find him. Charles Grant, you got a copy?
I got you, Rudy.
Well, what do you think of the track out here so far tonight?
Seems fine to me. At turn 4, slick as usual.
Well, you started on the pole. You kind of got way back in the field there a little bit. You managed to get yourself back up into the top 6 or 7. And looks like now, after the second round of guys going to be pitting here, it looks like you're going to be in about 6th place here on this restart.
Yep. 7th, actually.
Well, when you come around, you'll be 6th. But anyhow, you got some tough guys up ahead of you. Some of them guys did not pit. You able to get by some of the guys that have not pitted? You got Nathan Miller, Scott Sanderson up there, Sean Butler. These guys, some of these guys did not pit.
There's definitely a possibility with fresher rubber, but I don't know these guys too well because it's my first race, but they seem like they can hold their own pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good guys. All right, well, good luck there, brother.
All right, thank you, Rudy.
Still under caution. Let me see. I wanted to real quick here. Stephen Pearson, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Rudy. I got you.
Well, how many beer races this turning into, buddy?
I only put 4 up here.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then you're good. You're good. Well,
Yeah, I'm only on number 2.
how's the track feeling?
Oh, it feels good. It feels fine. I'm trying to figure out how these guys are getting loose off the exits, because to me it's not loose at all.
Yeah. Well. All right. Well, good luck. We'll talk to you after a while. You guys are about to go back green.
All right, Rudy. Have a good one, buddy.
I think that's where it was. Yeah. All right. Trying to remember what room he was in. All right, Ed, get him going, brother.
You bet, man. Wait for that pace car to dive into pit road, and which it is. Sean Butler gonna lead him down here. The front stretch. Green flag waves, gentlemen. Let's rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Nathan Miller trying to hang on to Butler. And here comes Smallwood dropping to the bottom. Underneath Scott Sanderson. Drives it into turn 3 right beside him. Boy, tough racing right there. He's trying to get by. Excuse me.
Butler already starting to pull away from the rest of the field. Nathan Miller running second in the number 2. Sean did stay out last caution. He does have older tires, so I don't really know how he's gonna do compared to the rest of the field. So,
But the 93 really got loose there. Look at Smallwood working underneath him.
a good battle for the 3rd place position right now. It's Smallwood, Keene, and Scott Sanderson battling all for 3rd place.
Looks like Sanderson going to give in to Keene, but does the old crossover on Keene.
He sure does. Keene got a little loose there, Rudy.
Now Keene going to try the crossover right back on Sanderson, but Sanderson slams that door shut right in his face. Looking back from Butler, Miller is right there. Cuts that dog leg, cuts that time down by 1/10 just by doing that, but loses it again going into the turn. Somebody we haven't talked about all night is Calvin Troy.
Oh yeah, he's making his return tonight.
Yes, he is making his return, and he's making it noteworthy here because he got by Stephen Pearson and goes into 7th. It's a little ways back to Brian Timbrell, where Brian having a great run here tonight. Scott Brinson back in 10th. Tyler Stanley back on the lead lap.
Smallwood's going to take over that 2nd spot, guys. From
Problems
Nathan
with
Miller.
the 52 car. Is wall riding.
Charles Grant. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He's got some serious damage. I don't know if we can go back and find out what happened here with Charles. Let me see while we're under green. Oh, he gets loose and into the outside wall. He slammed it hard, guys. And yes, he was riding the wall. You are correct. Oh, that just jacked that car up. Oh, I hope I didn't jinx him by talking to him. He's trying to make it to pit road. Dang.
You're best at that, Rudy. You talk to a driver today, what happens to him?
I know. I got to quit doing that, I guess. Well, I hope something don't happen to Pearson. I talked to him, too. Dang. So Smallwood into 2nd. Nathan Miller 3rd. Scott Sanderson back to 4th, and he's in trouble here. Thomas Keene. Keene, oh, catches that yellow line, and he is really out of shape.
losing a lot of momentum there. Troy and the 85 of Steven Pearson fly right by him.
Yes, they do. Pearson goes into fifth. Well, it's turning into a pretty good race, Ed. Scott Brinson goes into ninth. Tyler Stanley rounding out the top 10. Brian Phillips 11th. Brian Wortman 12th. And Anthony Cianci, last one on the lead lap. Does have damage on his car, but he's hanging on to the lead lap for right now. David Howard Jr. trying to get back on the lead lap is in 14th, one lap down. Kevin O'Brien rounds out the top runners that are out there right now. We've got Charles Grant Jr. out of the race, George Hendricks on pit road, and Drew Pfaffman on pit road.
Caution's out, gentlemen.
Is out too.
Oh, Brian Phillips going around. Let's go see what happened to Brian Phillips.
A soft spin, Rudy.
Yes, it looks like he kind of broke a little bit late going into turn 3. He didn't hit anything. Boy, David Howard Jr. just barely skinnied by there. So good. That's good for Brian Phillips. He didn't get into anything. He's back underway. All right, Butler bringing everybody to pit road. Scott Brinson's staying out to lead a lap.
Yep, Brinson. I know Brian Wortman, he's staying out. And I believe Brian Phillips didn't pit either, as well as Kevin O'Brien.
Yeah, no, Scott didn't officially lead that lap yet, so he'll have to go around one more time to officially lead a lap. He's trying to come up through the points. I was looking at it. He did pick up some spots, but actually none of the people have changed here. The last week there was no change in the points whatsoever, but he is running pretty close to Timothy Lewis, which Timothy Lewis did not come in tonight.
You know, at this stage of the game, you know, when it's so close to, the end of the season, really every point counts.
Yeah, especially we only got 3 more races after tonight, so.
And unless you're Sean Butler, and I'm pretty sure Sean, he has like a pretty nice size lead.
45 points. That could be chopped down. 1 race or 2 races could really do him in. David Howard Jr. was second in points coming into tonight. He is only 45 points back. Brian Phillips only 70 points back. So Sean's got to finish ahead of both of them to kind of clinch the title here in the next couple of weeks. Just 2 bad races and he could be out of it. For the championship, I mean.
Now, looking forward to next season, is it just going to be a 12-week season, or is it going to be another long, 36-race season?
I don't know. That's up to Ed.
What do you think, Ed?
What's up?
Is it going to be a long season next year, 36 races, or is it just going to be 12 weeks or so for each season for next year?
I think it's just going to be. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 12 weeks, and it's all going to be super speedways, anyways.
Well, Scott Brinson did get scored as leading a couple of laps already, so he gets a point, and we're ready to go back green here, Ed.
10-4, Rudy. Just those seatbelts, gentlemen. We're about to do it again.
Pace car getting ready to duck off pit lane. There it goes. Brinson leading the field down to the green. Green flag racing.
He's hanging on to it for right now. Butler trying to get there. Smallwood in third. Sanderson fourth.
Scott Brunson's going to pull up on the high side. He knows he's on those older tires. He'll let Sean go by.
Oh, Sanderson out of shape. Oh, no, he's going to bring a caution out. Scott Sanderson.
Caution number 7.
Yeah, let's go back.
It just came out.
Not sure exactly what happened to Sanderson here, whether he just got looser. He's seen something there. I'm not sure. I guess he couldn't go to the outside wall, and that messed him up because Scott Brinson was right there. But he almost had it saved. He did tap the wall just a little, but I think he'll be all right. Just hurt his pride more than anything. Well, let's see. I'm going to talk to Brian Timbrell. Brian Timbrell, you got a copy? No, in team speak, brother. In team speak. I can't hear you in there.
Go ahead, Rudy.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're running up in the 8th place. What do you think of the race here tonight?
Well, we're having a lot of yellows, but it's still a lot of fun racing with these guys, no matter what, you know.
Yeah, it's been pretty good racing. We're actually pretty impressed with the job that everybody's been doing. Yeah, we've had a couple of cautions. You know, I think this is caution number 7, but actually not too bad racing. I mean, you know, this is just a tough track. And how much?
It's a real tough track.
How much do you think the dynamic track is coming into play here tonight?
Oh, I like it. It's very interesting instead of, you know, I mean, the car slides around and you really got to drive it, so it's a lot of fun.
Very good, very good. Well, we wish you good luck out there, and hopefully you get a top 5 finish out of it anyhow.
You know what, Rudy, after practice and running 17th, if I can get through the race without any incidents, I'd be happy. So just like to say hi to Mom, and my mom says hi to you. And I hope she's watching tonight. And yeah, thanks a lot, Rudy.
All right. Talk to you later, buddy.
All right, then.
Well, let's see how much further we got to go here till did they get the one to go yet? Yep. No, lights are still on. Okay, I got time enough to talk to one more. Let me talk to Scott Sanderson. I wanted to talk to him. Scott Sanderson, you there?
I am there, Rudy.
Well, we seen you slip there. How bad is the car damaged?
It's not damaged at all. I had 0.1 optional repairs, so it's when I spun around, I just clipped the wall with that left rear enough to make the sound and scrape the paint up a little bit, but car's fine.
Well, are you able to get back up to the front here? You got about, you're going to have about 25 to go here when you guys get the green.
Well, we have 25 to go with probably 5 green flag actual laps left. It's going to be close. I don't know. The setup is so loose. And it's not just a standard loose. It's snappy loose. Like right when I went around there, thing had all the grip in the world, and then in a flip of a switch, it just went around, and I didn't even have a chance to save it.
Wow. Well, all right, we'll get back up there, brother. We're looking for you to get back into the top 5 and give those guys a run for their money.
I'll do my best.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, Rudy.
All right. No. There we go. All
Lights
right.
are off on the pace car. Up to the dog leg. Pace car getting ready to enter into turn 3. And we're going to be going green in just a couple seconds right here.
Let's tighten those belts up, gentlemen. We're ready to rock and roll.
Here we go. About 25 to go. It's going to get interesting. Pace car
cars
ducks
in the pit road. Green flag waving, gentlemen. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
You guys don't have to fight over who's going to give the green flag. Dang.
No, this is a big moment. It's getting close to the end. We're getting pumped up. We got to stay it synchronized.
There you go.
There's Smallwood looking on the other side. The 88 is Sean Butler.
If he's got it or not, he comes back up off that dog leg. He does have a nose about a half a car length ahead of Butler. But he's not going to be able to use the whole
We're going to
track.
have a race down the front stretch here.
Smallwood at the line.
Like Smallwood, I think he's going to get it right here. And I'm
Sean Butler working that high side.
looking at the front end, those cars both have the same identical nationwide hood. So it's a junior fest up front.
There they do.
Sean Butler going to look for the cross.
Butler!
Loose.
Spins it around and brings out the caution. Wow.
There can only be one nationwide car up front. And I guess that will be Daniel Smallwood.
Yeah, Butler, I don't know if he just got back in the throttle a little too quick, or he tried to cut down. I think he was going to try the crossover on Daniel, and it just wasn't meant to be. It wasn't going to work for him. So he's okay. He didn't hit anything. I don't think anybody got into him. It looks like he's okay. So, all right, back up here. I want to see. Let me know if Butler. Let's see. I'll keep an eye on him. I want to see if he comes to pit road. If he doesn't, yes, he is coming to pit road. He gets off pit road. I want to drag him down here and talk to him.
Sean Butler takes a hairy ride, guys.
Yes, he does.
Looks like he's coming down the pit road.
You're on replay, Ed. Sean Butler, you got a copy?
Yes, Rudy, I got you.
Well, car just snapped around and you lost it there, but thankfully you didn't get into anything or anybody. Are you able to get back to the front now? Going to be just a short stint here, about 20 to go.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
You're fine. Okay. Well, how's the car feel out there on the track?
Car feels great. Just I had never tried a crossover before out of four, and it didn't like turning off the corner that hard, so that made it loose. But other than that, it's been great.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's what we like to hear, because I know a lot of people don't realize it, but I forgot to put the new updated setup in there. Whoops.
Oh, well, that makes sense, but it's all right. It's fine. I think it works fine.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck, Sean. Wait to see if you're going to bring home victory number 17 for the season.
I don't think I'm going to get back that far to the front, but I think I'll get close to top 5. I think.
10-4. All right. Well, good luck, brother.
Thanks, Rudy.
We're going to have Daniel Smallwood and Thomas Keene there leading them down here. We're Steer Pearson in the third spot, Rudy.
Yeah, it's going to be a great finish here if they could just everybody, stay right on top of their A game here and keep the car from snapping out on them like that. We've got a few more that have retired from the race. Drew Pfaffman, George Hendricks, and Charles Grant have retired from the race. Did Robert O'Neill disconnect? Yes, he did. Okay. We've got our
Okay, gentlemen, we're going to go racing here this time by here. Waiting for the car lights are off.
We've got our secret numbers that Ed and I have chosen, and the guys know they've got to stay in the server in order to get that $10 prize money to the secret numbers. So if you leave the server, you don't get the money.
Okay, Kyle, you can get them going, buddy.
Alrighty, Head. So, pace car leading them down. Flag, there it goes, pulling off, and ball will lead the field down to the green. 20 to go here at Phoenix. It's going to get riled. Ballwood already starting to get a lead over Keene. I know that these two are teammates, so with these two guys running first and second, I have a feeling Keene's going to try and help his teammate get to the win.
Look at this, guys. Calvin Troy in for Tyler Stanley, which was a lap down earlier back in fifth. And we've got Nathan Miller way off the pace. He is coming to pit road, folks. Wow.
I don't know what happened to Nathan.
Nathan Miller was back flagged because he passed before the backstretch.
Oh, okay. Sanderson in sixth.
Oh, Pearson gets loose, but he saves it.
Pearson doing a little bit of Tokyo drifting, but no, this is a Chevrolet Camaro, not a Toyota Supra. So
Caution's out, guys.
And the caution is out again.
We've got a couple into it. Brian Timbrell and Scott Brinson, looks like. Go back and watch this.
Are we at caution number 8 right now?
I'll have to look here in a minute.
Because, close.
Brian Timbrell just loses it and was right in front of Scott Brinson, and Scott tried to lock him down, but when he did, he slid it sideways and got into the side of Brian Timbrell. So I don't really think either of them have a whole lot of damage, even though Brian Timbrell did hit the inside pit wall pretty hard. So this is working out for Daniel Smallwood. The more cautions that they have. Taking a look here, this is caution number 10. So what do you have to say now, Kyle?
Well, it's caution number 10. I actually meant to say 12 cautions.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty massive voice crack right there, but yeah, 12 cautions. No, but I guess you won there. It was close, but
well, I mean, right now, if they have no more cautions, then neither of us is the winner on that bet. But you said 5, I said 15. But if it goes to 11, then I was right.
Then we tie, so then we're both like winners then, or both losers.
If it's 10, yeah. But if we have one more caution, then it's closer to my 15 than it was your 5. Well, looking at, let's look at some of the laps. Sean Butler still has led the most laps with 28. Keene has led 27, and Daniel Smallwood, when he crosses the line here, will have led 17. Nathan Miller coming down pit road one more time here. Not sure, maybe he's just liking them fresh tires. I'm not sure.
You could like the fuel.
Well, it looks like it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be about a 13-lap shootout here at the end. So hopefully we've seen the last of the cautions, Kyle.
Yeah, but sometimes cautions, you know, can breed cautions. But I hope these guys can keep it together, give it a nice. Let's see, I forget how many laps we got left here. About 15-lap run. I think it's going to be a good finish, though.
Well, Ed, why don't you interview first? Kyle, you can interview second. And Ed, you can do third. I'll let you guys do the interviews.
Well, I think my pick, I'm going with Smallwood for the win tonight. What about you guys?
I'm going to go with Smallwood. I know he's a good racer, but also like Thomas Keene, he's pretty good too. Look at Tyler Stanley. He's up in the 4th spot. He's a good racer.
Don't count out Calvin Troy.
No.
He's back in the league right now, and boy, I'll tell you what, he has worked his way into 3rd. He's going to be
Well, go ahead.
He's going to be in prime position here for a win if Keene and Smallwood get together, which I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know.
Well, when you're looking at it, I know these 3 guys, top 3, I know they're all teammates in IWCR. So I think Checkers or Wreckers Motorsports, I think that's the Joe Gibbs Racing of Maximum Speed Racing. But Pace Car hopefully pulling into pit road for the final time tonight.
Okay, gentlemen, let's tighten those belts up. We're about to go racing. Pace car dives into pit road. Green flag waving, gentlemen. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Here we go. Remember, all these guys, they gotta stay single file for the first.
Keene gets
Keene has
loose.
a problem.
Oh,
Ooh,
John
big hit.
Butler nails him.
Oh boy, that's gonna ruin them guys' nights right there, because both of them are running so good, and for them to get together, but we know what happens when the closing laps.
Kyle hit it right on the nose. Checkers or Wreckers.
Yeah, there you go.
Keene just gets loose coming out of turn 2. And Butler with nowhere to go, just pile.
Oh, Sean Butler just popped the motor. It has leaking the oil out of that motor in this. I think she's ready to blow.
Dang. Well, don't look like Keene's going to be too awful far behind him if that's the case. But let's see if we get here to Butler. He's smoking.
But Butler, I think this is going to screw up his chances with the victory. Like, he's going to lose a lot of his lead. This championship, it's still anyone's game. I'm not sure who's in second, but whoever's in second, they better get moving, because with this race, I think they're going to have a good shot at beating Butler in the championship.
Well, it's David Howard Jr., but he's 45 points back. Let's see if Butler's going to be able to get his car fixed up enough to get it out there to finish this race or not. He does have enough of a lead. 45-point lead is quite a bit.
I think, I want to be honest with you guys, I think Sean Butler's got this wrapped up this season.
I think so too. I don't think he's really got anything to worry about. Uh-oh, I think Butler's engine just finally let go. It sounded like he was running all right, but now it sounds like it might have just finally let go. I hear no engine sounds, and he's getting.
Nope, he's pulling it back into pit road, Rudy.
Yep. There may be no fixing to that thing now. Smallwood out front. We got Calvin Troy second, Tyler Stanley third, Stephen Pearson fourth, Scott Sanderson fifth, Kevin O'Brien up to sixth, David Howard Jr. second in points. Could gain a little bit of ground on Butler, but it's not going to be enough. Butler's going to have to, he's still going to have to run well, but it all going to depend on Kevin O'Brien. Scott Brinson 8th, Brian Wortman 9th, and Brian Timbrell 10th. It's like Butler on pit road, Keene on pit road. So just make sure nobody leaves, guys, if you want that money. Ed and I picked our secret numbers for the night, so if you leave the server, you're not eligible for the money.
Okay, gentlemen, let's tighten those chassis belts. We're going to go racing one more time.
Chassis belts?
That's what I said, Rudy.
Yes, he
All
did.
right then. Well, Smallwood's trying to lead the most laps here now. If he can finish in the lead the rest of the race, he will clinch the most laps led. He's got some hungry guys behind him though. Calvin Troy, Tyler Stanley, and Stephen Pearson, Scott Sanderson right there. And don't count out, like I said earlier, don't count out Kevin O'Brien.
All right,
Okay,
pace car
dives in. Green
And
flag waving, coming.
there we
Boogity,
go.
boogity, boogity.
8-lap shootout. Who will take home the victory?
Nobody wanted to pit on that to give up track position. Smallwood out there with a pretty good run, pulling away from Calvin Troy. Sanderson to the inside of Pearson, goes into fourth. We've seen it happen already. Thomas Keene got loose in that one turn, took out him and Sean Butler. So anything could happen up here in the front.
Look out for Scott Sanderson, boy. He's coming up through the field. To get by Tyler.
7 laps to go. Pearson trying to dive it in there.
Could be anybody's race here, guys. 7 to go.
Now, I think Daniel Smallwood's got it as long as he just hits his marks. Sanderson to the inside of Tyler Stanley. Those two.
Gotta hold them at bay though. That high side can really work well if you got it. You got that ratio and the driving that high side. It really works well here.
These guys trying
Smallwood.
every trick in the book to get by each other.
Smallwood has a great lead. He loves what's in his mirror. The rest of those guys, those 4 cars behind him, they're going to be battling it out. And Smallwood, he's just going to keep on pulling away.
Tyler Stanley looking on the inside.
Looks like he's got Calvin Troy, and he's trying to bring Scott Sanderson right along with him, and Stephen Pearson sticking his nose in there. Calvin Troy goes back to 4th real quick, just in 1 lap. He's not giving up though without a fight.
Oh no, boy, he was working that high side pretty good. Now he started letting a little loose there.
Smallwood loving this though. He's got almost a second lead over second place Tyler Stanley. I don't think there's enough.
Sanderson get by Tyler. Let's see if we can got it for him.
I don't think there's enough laps left here for them guys to catch Daniel. So it looks like it may be a Daniel Smallwood night here tonight at Phoenix.
The battle for second place is going to get interesting as well for third. Smallwood coming around to get 2 to go.
Pearson just taps the back end of Calvin Troy there. Just a little. Oh, Pearson around. Saves it.
Oh no.
Oh, Kevin O'Brien gets into the back of him, but no caution. 2 laps to go, guys.
Nathan Miller is going to be using every single ounce of horsepower. He's probably pushing his pedals through the floor right now because he's going to work so hard to try and get around Smallwood, but I don't know if he can do it.
He has reeled him in. He's down to a half a second. Smallwood coming to take the white flag right here, folks. Tyler Stanley a half a second back. Smallwood's got to stay focused. He's got to hit his marks. Perfect.
Got 2 more turns left.
2 more turns, yep. Across the dog leg, 0.6 of a second lead over Tyler Stanley, and coming to victory lane here tonight, folks. We've got Daniel Smallwood into victory lane, and he will lead the most laps of the race, too. Wow, what a finish, folks. That was one heck of a finish. Take a look we had 11 cautions tonight.
I got a feeling Smallwood's pants may be a little bit wet after that battle.
Well, let's. I'll drag him down, and you guys talk to him. Ed, I'll drag down Daniel first, and you can take him. And there you go, Ed.
What's up, buddy?
Daniel Smallwood's in here for you to interview.
Okay, Small. I was just watching him doing his burnout right now. Small, congratulations, man. Way to bring it to victory lane, buddy. Wow. You drove the wheels off that thing. You want to give us a little input on Phoenix tonight?
The car, I mean, it was so tight on everywhere else. But on exit 4, it just got so loose. But I was just able to make it better than everybody else was able to. And somehow I just came out on top.
Oh, like I said, man, you just drove the wheels off that. You show us that, you can get the job done here at Phoenix, man. Awesome run you have. You want to give a wave out and a thank you to anybody out there tonight?
I want to give a big shout out to my mom and dad. They support me in everything they do and everything I do. And I want to thank my teammates, Calvin Choi, Thomas Keene, and Charles Grant Jr. for coming out tonight. I think Calvin got 4th. We were trying to get him a second place or third. But it just didn't work out. And I want to thank you guys up in the booth. And I want to thank everybody out there watching, all my fans.
Well, it's good to see you back, Daniel.
I'm glad to be back. And I started out good. And hopefully we can keep this going.
Well, congratulations again, buddy. And like Rudy said, glad to see you back here at Maximum Speed Racing.
Yeah, thank you, man. I got a question. Did I lead the most laps?
Yes, you did. 32 laps.
Nice.
Butler led 28. Keene led 27. Miller led 10. Brinson led 3. I think that was all the leaders we had right there. So, yep.
Hey, I didn't think I led that many.
Yep, 32 laps.
Yeah, but thank you guys. Thank you for putting on this league and everybody. And you guys, this is awesome what you guys do out here every Tuesday night, and I'm just glad to be back.
All right, Daniel.
Well, congratulations again there, Daniel. Okay, Kyle.
All right, Ty Stanley. This is Kyle Streicher's up in the booth. You got a copy?
Got you loud and clear.
Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations on your second place finish here tonight at Phoenix. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Oh, it was up and down. I got screwed, I think, a little bit there mid-race. My speed limiter of someone working. They said I was speeding, and I got black flag and held for a lap, and had to fight back from a little bit of adversity. But at the end of the day, it was turned out to be a good race.
Okay, also, I've just received word that you have won $10. I think you were the random number, so congratulations on that. Also, one more thing I want to ask you is how did the car handle, with the dynamic tracks? Was there like a difference in grip at all during the duration of the race?
I think so. The dynamic tracks, once you got some rubber down on the track, it tightened up. We started out extremely loose. If you hammered on it too hard, especially there at the end of the race, I could really get on it, but I was a touch tight. But yeah, I like it. It adds one guy just can't get out there and run one line the whole race and expect to be fast.
All right, buddy. Thanks for talking to us. You got anyone you want to give a thanks or shout out to?
Absolutely. I'd like to give a shout out to my Lord. He's, without him, none of us would be here. Got a shout out to my sponsors, 412 Student Ministries and Stanley Graphics. My girlfriend, she's watching. My teammates, all my guys, they know who they are. Scott, Nathan, the list goes on. Sucked to see Nathan kind of get screwed by the system a little bit on a crappy rule, but what can you do? Thank you guys. Thanks to Tommy. He does a great job adminning what he has to deal with, and thanks to Rudy for putting this thing on.
All right, Ty. Thanks for talking with us tonight.
Yeah, stick around, Tyler, so I can make sure you get that money. Unless you got to leave.
Absolutely, I'll be here.
All right, just give us a few minutes here to finish up, and I'll get that to you.
Copy that, sir. Thank you.
Rudy, you can take Sanderson if you want.
All right. I thought you were going to. Anyhow, Scott Sanderson, you come home third tonight. We talked to you earlier there, and you said that the car just didn't really feel good. It was snappy loose, but you managed to get it into third. Did you find something there in them closing laps to make sure that did not happen?
No, not really. Just try and baby the throttle as much as possible. I don't know. Still haven't got my head wrapped around this dynamic track yet. And I know Ty, he said that once it rubbered up, it was a little bit better, but I don't know if he was running it a little different than what I did, but I didn't see any change in it at all. It was so I don't know if it was the track that was junk or the setup that was junk, but either way, there was hardly any grip coming off of 4 for me, and coming off 2 going into the dog leg, that was sketchy sometimes. It was hairy, so I had to just kind of lay back, baby it a little bit. So overall, not bad.
Like I said, there wasn't too many people knew. I forgot. I didn't know that they had updated the Phoenix setup. So this setup is actually set up from last build. So that could have had a major factor in it, or maybe it was a better setup. I don't know. There ain't no telling.
Yeah, I don't know. It usually, like, I love this track. This is one of my favorite tracks to come to here on iRacing. And I was telling the guys earlier, I haven't lost a race here in quite a while. I want to say quite a few months, almost maybe even a year or so. And I don't do the official races, of course, but it was so different coming in. I think for the longest time, I was 7th in practice, and it was 100% different since the last time I ran it. So I don't know what was going on. It must be something with the track, or maybe it's the new tire model. I know they updated that also, or like you said, it was the setup probably.
Yep. Yeah, could have been. Well, that was my bad. I'm going to go back and double check and make sure. Excuse me, and make sure I have all the correct setups in for the remainder of the season. So, I was looking here. I know you're way back in the points, but let's see. Yeah, you're way back in the points, but you've come a long ways up through. I'm trying to even find you. Gosh, can't even find you.
Yeah, I'm probably way down at the bottom. I know work interferes a lot. This is my first week back, and I want to say like 3 weeks or something like that. So yeah, work interferes, so I'm probably way down there.
Yeah, you're 29th in the points. So, but
ouch.
Yeah, I mean, your chances of winning the season is not that great. But as long as you're out here having a good time, you're 951 points out of first place. I doubt you're gonna coming in late in the season.
Yeah, just measly points there.
Yeah. But anyhow, are you looking forward to next week? Next week we go to Darlington.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to turn 1 and 2 at Darlington, yes.
Yeah, I know. Well, you and me both. Not one of my favorite tracks either. All right, well, thanks
I like
for
it because
it's... go ahead.
Yeah, I like it because it's challenging, but it's tough.
Yeah. All right, well, anybody you want to thank tonight, Scott?
First, thank you for putting on a broadcast, Tommy for putting on a great adminning. The armed forces, police officers, everyone like I do every time. Everybody that's normal watcher now knows who I thank, and teammates like I always do, they know who they are.
All right, Scott, thanks, buddy.
Yep, thank you, Rudy.
All right, guys, we'll run down through the results here in just a minute. Get everybody sorted out here. Smallwood being the winner here tonight. That's pretty awesome for Daniel. But we'll run down through the results. Daniel Smallwood coming home the winner. Tyler Stanley in second. Dang it. Well, everything happening at once here. Scott Sanderson third. Calvin Troy coming home fourth. Welcome back to Calvin. Man, that was a great run for him. Nathan Miller fifth. Scott Brinson sixth. Brian Wortman seventh. Kevin O'Brien eighth. David Howard Jr. ninth. Brian Timbrell 10th. Anthony Cianci 11th. Stephen Pearson 12th. Brian Phillips 13th. Sean Butler 14th. Thomas Keene 15th. Charles Grant Jr. 16th, George Hendricks 17th, Drew Pfaffman 18th, Robert O'Neill 19th, John Mushton Jr. 20th. That rounds out the field. So again, congratulations to Daniel Smallwood coming home the winner here tonight at Phoenix, and we'll see you next week here at Maximum Speed Racing at Darlington for 100 laps. It should be a good race, hopefully. Hopefully we don't see a caution-filled race like we've seen tonight, but this was actually a pretty good race, wasn't it, Ed?
I thought it was an awesome race tonight, Rudy. We had a few cautions, but you get that at Phoenix. There's no way that these drivers can go. A lot of south spins tonight. It wasn't because a driver got into another driver. If some driver got loose, if you driver got into another driver, that was just an accident that will happen on the track. All in all, gentlemen, I thought it was a good race. A lot of good restarts. Enjoyed it.
Very good, very good. All right, well, that'll wrap it up for tonight then, folks, and we will see you tomorrow night for Top Fuel Racing Indies Series. They are going to be at Iowa. Not sure how many laps are going to be turning, but that should be an interesting race, to say the least. Until then, folks, stay safe and have a good night.